Hey, I'm Frame, right? Frame or Sydney or whatever. It's in my channel. I haven't posted in a while. I said I'm working on a video, but for a lot of things, I ended up not doing it. And hold on. Okay. Uh, Anyways, I haven't posted. I haven't had any ideas for what to post or what my channel would be about, but I think this is a video that I've been meaning to make for quite a while, actually. And I wanted to talk about my experience and my story with Ponytown. If you don't know, Ponytown is a game, a MMORPG, a social game, right? A social um, RPG game, and it's really fun. It was a great part of my childhood, a great part of my early teens. It was a big part, right? It introduced me to a lot of things, a lot of new stuff, a lot of people. I've met a lot of people who I still talk to this day, um, and it was a big part of my life, and I think it still is, since I talk to most of the people I met there. They're my good friends, and it was very important to me. It is very important to me, and it's a silly game based on My Little Pony. It's a social game. You just customize your own pony, and you just play on whatever the servers are. They have like 3 or 4 Russian servers. They have 2 or 3 speak English speaking servers, and they have 2 Spanish/Portuguese speaking servers. They have Indonesian, Chinese speaking servers, and they have a lot of servers, right? They have the 18 plus and the safe ones. I prefer the 18 plus, which you can literally swear and say like butt fuck. It's the only different from the safe one. And okay, so I've played this game since um, January 2019. So I've played it for 3 years, almost 4 in 2023. Almost 4 years I've played this game. So I'm a big fan. Comp I kept I've kept up with the updates and everything in the game. I've kept up with it. I grew up with the game, right? I It was a big part, a big thing for me. It kind of still is. I'm just not playing it because my video driver is outdated. So the game is, if I play it, I can play it, but it's really laggy. So I usually don't. And I got a new phone. I can play it on mobile since they added it to the Play Store, which, if you didn't know and you only saw it on the Play Store, it's a browser game, and you had to, like, if you were on your phone, you had to add it to your home screen, right, as an extension or as a shortcut, right? And it's a fun game. Okay, it's really fun. Sometimes you don't even have to know how to interact. You just, you know, it has its own rules within the community. The like rules and like it's a community, right? It has its own rules, its own ways, and you know, when you play it for a while, you know the kind of people you're dealing with. I'm not saying, well, there's a lot of people in Ponytown. A lot of people. And daily, there's about, in the main server, which is the 18 plus uh, English one, they have an average or of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people playing in the server, right? The others are a bit less populated, but it's still a lot. I think the Russian server beats the 18 plus. There's a lot of Russians playing Ponytown. It's insane. A lot. And when I mean a lot, it's a lot. Well, yeah. Well, speaking of servers, there's a problem with the servers. Um, uh, anyone of any age can play the game, okay? And, I am not 18. I'll be 17 in January. But I've always played in the 18 plus because it's the only server that you can swear. It's the only difference, and you can say like sex and fuck. That's the only difference. That's literally the only difference. And that proves how kind of disconnected they are from the community because I've said before, I've played the game for 3 years and I've always played it on the 18 plus, and I've met all of my friends in the 18 plus. I have never had a problem with people like I mean, I grew up with the internet. I'm used to a lot of things, but in the 18 plus, it's not like full of adults or like pedophiles talking about sex or inappropriate stuff all the time, because there is kids in the 18 plus and there's young adults in the 18 plus, like 19, 20, 20 something. They don't go past 30. It's very hard for you to pass 30. And that's the thing. In the 18 plus, there's a lot of people. There's diversity, right? Mostly teens with that range from like 13 to 17, and the young adults, right? I think it's a good thing. And a lot of people suggested making a 13 plus, but I think it's useless because you would only be able to swear and you wouldn't be able to like say sex or penis or vagina, or else you will be kicked. So it isn't it doesn't change anything, right? Because a lot of teenagers at this age are gonna talk about sex because it's not prohibited, and they're gonna talk about sex, and it's a bummer to keep like censoring it all the time, or replacing the letters with numbers, whatever. It's fucking it's exhausting, right? It's you don't want to do that. You just want to say the p word. You just want to say the p word, right? You just want to say the p word. And it's the save server. Now going to the save server. The save server is filled to the brim with toxic people. Why do I say that? Because most people who are toxic are in the save servers. All of the save servers. I'm not saying everyone, but most of them have really toxic people in the save servers. In the 18 plus, I'm not saying people are saint in the 18 plus, because there is a lot of people who like have a naked pony like skin, or a stripper pony skin, and keep flirting, or we call them the like randoms who just boop you and interact with you all of nowhere. And the the only like bad thing I've experienced was a random guy whispering to us, like it's a text game, and whisper is like a private message that you can send to someone. And he kept whispering me and all the people around me, like, are you a femboy? And that was it. He just asked that, and you were like, no. And he just responded with okay and left. He asked that to everyone. It was kind of funny, actually. But that's the only things. And I don't think kids are not going to go into the 18 plus. Um, I don't think the teens are gonna mind the stripper ponies or whatever the fuck I just said, and they're just gonna laugh at that and just whatever, right? Because come on, we're all used to penis, vagina, and saying it, and saying all kinds of swear words. And I think everyone at their early teens swears a lot. At least I did. I sweared a lot. I swore a lot. And I'm not saying I don't now, but I still curse sometimes. You're gonna curse, right? You're gonna say fuck or hell, whatever, like ass. You're gonna say it somewhere to describe or to emphasize something, right? So it's important, and it's natural at this point. And when you go to the safe server, you say anything. I remember I speak Portuguese, right? And there's a word that is like so. It's a synonym to like so. So, like so, like so on, whatever. So, it's a synonym to so. It's assim. ASSIM, right? And I was talking to another person who spoke Portuguese, and I sometimes shorten the words, like how you're gonna say, instead of you, you're just gonna put you, the letter U, right? So you shorten words. It's a common thing to do. A lot of people do it, right? It's normal to do that. And I did that with this word. And the and a lot of people write it that way when they're shortening the word. And when you shorten a sing, it's written like ass, like us. But when you're Portuguese and you read it, it's as assim. So it was meant to be something else. And I remember I was in the 18 plus. I was in the safe Portuguese server, or the safe normal one. I think I was in the safe Portuguese one, and I said something, and I shortened the word, and I said ass, and they kicked me. I got kicked a lot of times because I accidentally swore, and I forgot I was in the 18 plus. So I wasn't in the 18 plus. I forgot. So I got kicked a lot of times. I didn't ever get banned from the game. I only got muted like once because when you get muted, people can't get your messages. Like you can send them, but people won't see it. So I was muted because I willingly wanted to get muted because I wanted to know what it was like, and I didn't know how much time I was gonna get muted. They didn't tell me how much. They didn't even tell me I got muted or got a notification. I don't remember getting it or anything. I think they gave me a notification, but didn't say how much time I was gonna be muted. So it was funny, right? Because I wanted to get muted. But anyways, the thing with the save server, it has a lot of toxic people have been there. A lot of people who came to the 18 plus from the safe server weren't really nice. And anyways, and what else? What I'm going to talk about? Oh yeah, the safe server also has the problem that the kids that get banned from the 18 plus go to the safe one, to the main safe one, because it has a lot of people and it's a popular one, the second or third popular one, right? If not the first, I don't remember. I haven't played it for months because of the issue I told you a while ago. And there's a lot of kids in the safe server, a lot of kids and adults and people with bad intentions. They go there knowing that a lot of kids will be there, like actual kids, like 10, 12, 13. Sorry, I went to get a different mug with more banana shake. Anyways, what I was talking about was the safe server and the pedos in it and people with bad intentions, because they know there's mostly a lot of kids. They are not minors. They're not just minors. They're kids. They're not teenagers. They're not early adults like 17, like I'm gonna be saying 16, 17, or even 15. No, it's this that it's only this. The majority of the safe server is kids. And you know what they do? They ban more people from the 18 plus, so the safe one has even more kids, right? So I honestly don't have a solution for that. I don't know what to say. The 13 plus, again, would be a second 18 plus, just I think you wouldn't uh, say sex, because in the rules of the server that are like just below, in the 18 plus they say sorry. In the 18 plus they say oh, you can say, you can swear and say adult topics. What is adult topics? What are adult topics? Like, I know it's sex, right? It's literally like sexual stuff. It's adult topics. I know what is that, but really, did just adults say that? So it's a problem. I think it's a problem to like keep banning, go on a spree of banning kids from the 18 plus who, from personal experience, does not have creeps or anything. And if so, you can literally hide them. If you play the game for a while and you have the right people with you, they're gonna tell you like, oh, just hide them, and you just don't see the person. You can hide them permanently, or for 24 hours. So you can block the person, and you'll never see them anymore, and they won't see you anymore. So I guess that, and also a problem with bad things like Nazis, you know? I had an experience. Had an experience, which was I was a big member of the Country Humans community from 2019 to late 2020, right? To late 2020. I was so into the Country Humans fandom. It was insane. It was insane. I drew it all the time. I loved it. I loved the fandom. And again, I met a lot of people because of Country Humans and country states and country cities, whatever. Because of that, I met a lot of my friends through that, through Ponytown. Because Ponytown in the 18 plus server, they have certain areas for certain fandoms. The spawn is like a general area where there's anything, or you just stay there when the fandom you're in doesn't have an area, so you just stay there. And a lot of fandoms have their spots, but what I call like dead spots or spots are spots that were from like fandoms like Country Humans or Friday Night Funkin', and they just disappeared, or they're with like one or two people who aren't even in the fandom because the fandom is dead and people don't go there anymore to gather. So it's kind of a dead spot. But every active community slash fandom has their own spot in the 18 plus server. Like the community itself organizes itself in the map of the game, right? And there's areas that is generalized. They don't have like an owner or anything like in particular or anything fixed. Not fixed, but like fixed. uh well, anyways, I was in the Country Humans spot, and it was the old spot before the map updated, and I was chilling there with a few people when suddenly came a pony that was a Hitler pony with Eva Brown. I think it was her name, Eva, whatever. And the Hitler pony was wearing a flower crown. It was cute, kawaii, the thing. And they just sat there and were like chit chatting like a couple. And if you don't know, Hitler and Eva were a couple, right? So that's it's kind of not cool. And I just sat there and I was like, um, huh? Huh? Like, who does that? Who does that? I was flabbergasted. And immediately the person that was next to me, they screenshotted them, and I just try to talk to them like, what the fuck are you doing? And they hit me because I'm just a hater, right? I don't understand them. Anyways, and I got to screenshot their names, and the person screenshotted like their pony sitting and where they were. And I went to tell the Ponytown team, like, look, there are Nazis in your game. Straight up with a Hitler pony, right? And his lover's pony. Do something. Please? Like, ban them? Something? Come on? And I contacted them. I contacted one of the devs, even sent them screenshots, and the way they dealt with the situation, I don't know if they actually dealt with it. It was kind of, like, when one of them accepted my request on Discord, they just sent a question mark, and I told them about the issue, and they didn't respond. So I was kind of like, okay, cool. So yeah. I don't know if they dealt with that, and those people, I don't think they exist anymore. But it was certainly something, right? And I think this video is too long. If I keep talking, it'll be like 40-50 minutes long of me just talking about my Ponytown experiences. So I'm just gonna stop here. Maybe I'm gonna do a part 2 talking about the emails I've exchanged and the. Sorry, someone interrupted me, but anyway, I will see you in maybe possibly the next video. So, goodbye. Thank you.